Signs you have high emotional intelligence. Most people think intelligence is about how quickly you can solve a problem, how much information you can remember, or how well you perform in difficult situations. But there is another form of intelligence that often determines the quality of your relationships, your success, and even your ability to handle life's challenges. It is called emotional intelligence, and it has less to do with knowing facts and more to do with understanding yourself and the people around you. A person with high emotional intelligence is not someone who never gets angry, never feels hurt, or always stays calm. They experience the same emotions everyone else does. The difference is that they have learned how to recognize those emotions, understand where they come from, and choose their response instead of being controlled by the first reaction that appears. These people often create stronger relationships, handle pressure better, and recover from difficult situations faster because they understand something many people overlook. Emotions are not problems to eliminate. They are information to understand. The interesting part is that emotional intelligence is often invisible. You may not notice it in someone immediately because it does not always look impressive from the outside. Sometimes it appears in simple moments, the way someone listens, the way they apologize, the way they handle criticism, or the way they make others feel safe around them. These signs reveal a person who has developed a deeper understanding of human behavior, including their own. You notice your emotions before they control you. One of the strongest signs of high emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize what you are feeling before that emotion takes over your actions. Many people experience emotions like anger, frustration, jealousy, or sadness, and immediately react without understanding what is happening inside them. They send the message, start the argument, make the decision, or say something they later regret. Emotionally intelligent people create a small space between the feeling and the reaction. They might notice, "I am becoming defensive," or "I am more upset than this situation actually requires." That awareness gives them a choice. Instead of being controlled by the emotion, they become curious about it. They ask why they are reacting this way and what the feeling is trying to communicate. Sometimes anger is not really about anger. Sometimes it is disappointment, fear, feeling ignored, or feeling misunderstood. You can admit when you are wrong. A lot of people believe admitting mistakes makes them look weak, but emotionally intelligent people understand that accountability is actually a sign of strength. They know that protecting their ego at all costs prevents growth. When they realize they hurt someone, misunderstood a situation, or made a poor decision, they can acknowledge it without feeling like their entire identity is being attacked. Saying, "I was wrong," requires self-awareness because it means accepting that your perspective was incomplete. It requires maturity because it means caring more about the truth than being right. Emotionally intelligent people understand that every person has blind spots. Nobody sees every situation perfectly, and nobody handles every moment perfectly. The difference is what happens afterward. Some people spend all their energy defending themselves, creating excuses, or shifting blame. Others take responsibility and learn from the experience. That ability to reflect and adjust is one of the biggest reasons emotionally intelligent people continue growing, while others repeat the same patterns for years. People feel comfortable opening up to you. Have you ever noticed that certain people naturally become the person everyone talks to? Friends share their problems with them. Coworkers ask for advice. Even strangers sometimes feel comfortable sharing personal stories. This usually happens because emotionally intelligent people create a sense of safety. They do not immediately judge, interrupt, or turn every conversation back toward themselves. They make people feel heard. This does not mean they always have the perfect advice or know exactly what to say. Sometimes their greatest strength is simply being present. In a world where many conversations are rushed, being genuinely listened to has become surprisingly rare. Emotionally intelligent people understand that people do not always need someone to fix their problems. Sometimes, they need someone who can understand their experience without making them feel wrong for having it. This ability builds trust, because people naturally feel closer to those who make them feel accepted, rather than evaluated. You think before responding during conflict. Conflict reveals emotional intelligence more than almost any other situation. When everything is going well, almost anyone can appear patient and understanding. The real test comes when someone disagrees with you, criticizes you, or says something that hurts. Emotionally intelligent people understand that their first reaction is often emotional, and their best response usually requires a moment of reflection. They do not ignore problems or avoid difficult conversations. Instead, they approach them differently. Rather than trying to win every argument, they focus on understanding what is actually happening. They ask questions instead of making assumptions. They explain their perspective without needing to destroy someone else's. This does not mean they allow disrespect or accept everything from everyone. High emotional intelligence also includes knowing when to set boundaries. The difference is that they handle those boundaries with awareness instead of impulsive anger. They understand that the goal of communication is not always proving who is right. Sometimes the goal is finding a solution without damaging the connection. You can accept criticism without falling apart. Nobody enjoys criticism. Even constructive feedback can feel uncomfortable because it challenges the way we see ourselves. However, emotionally intelligent people have learned how to separate feedback from personal attack. They listen for useful information instead of immediately becoming defensive. If someone points out a weakness, they do not automatically think, "I am a failure." They think, "Is there something here I can learn from?" This mindset allows them to improve faster because they are not wasting energy protecting an unrealistic image of perfection. At the same time, emotional intelligence also means recognizing the difference between helpful criticism and unnecessary negativity. Not every opinion deserves your attention. The skill is knowing which feedback can help you grow and which feedback simply reflects someone else's frustration or insecurity. This balance allows emotionally intelligent people to stay open without allowing every outside opinion to control how they see themselves. You recover faster from difficult emotions. Everyone experiences disappointment, rejection, failure, and stress. Emotional intelligence does not remove painful experiences from life. Instead, it changes how someone moves through them. Emotionally intelligent people allow themselves to feel difficult emotions without becoming completely consumed by them. They understand that sadness, anger, and fear are temporary states, not permanent identities. They give themselves time to process what happened, but they also know when it is time to move forward. This emotional recovery is one of the reasons they often appear calm during difficult situations. It is not because they are unaffected. It is because they trust themselves to handle whatever emotions appear. They know they have survived difficult moments before, and that confidence makes future challenges feel less overwhelming. The ability to experience emotions without being trapped by them is one of the most valuable skills a person can develop. If this video helped you understand emotional intelligence from a new perspective, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments which sign you think shows the highest level of emotional intelligence. Your perspective might help someone else understand themselves better.